Good evening, folks. Welcome to my channel. My name is Vincent Le. This is more of an introductory video. I should have done this video beforehand, before posting all of the other videos. Better late than never, right? So I just wanted to talk about who I am and what this channel is all about. I am a doctor of pharmacy. That's right. You heard it right. I am a pharmacist. There's my degree in Doctor of Pharmacy, the University of New Mexico. That's right, folks. I live in New Mexico. I am your neighborhood Walter White. No, I'm just kidding. It's an alright job. It's not too bad. Pays the bills. You know what I mean? A lot of schooling, though, for all the shit that we have to go through. That's me. This channel is mainly focused on relevant stuff to my career, and fitness, health. It's relevant to my career because people come to my pharmacy all the time asking about what they can do in terms of self-treatment, in terms of buying which over-the-counter stuff to help them fix whatever their health problem is going on without going to see a doctor. Because in the United States, seeing a doctor is like booking an airplane ticket 3 months ahead of time. You know what I mean? So as a community pharmacist, we do more than just dispense drugs to you. We give vaccines, we counsel you on how to take your medications, and nowadays there's a term called polypharmacy, which more than likely people are on more than just one drug at a time. So as a pharmacist, it's also a responsibility to manage all those medications for our patients. It comes with the education. You got to know which drugs interact with what. And with all that being said, us pharmacists, we're trained and educated on how medications affect the body. Now, this provides a good segue into using steroids, using testosterone, using any type of other anabolic steroids like Trembolone, Anvar, D-bol, all those stuff. So as a pharmacist, we're very educated and knowledgeable on how those will impact your health, the benefits that you will get from it, the side effects that you will get from it, because everything is all about chemistry. Your body is just a walking chemical lab. This channel is about fitness, health, and lifestyle pertaining to the natural form of bodybuilding, pertaining to the natural form of being healthy. Now, I highly advise against using steroids, especially at a young age. The only time that you would ever need to be on testosterone is probably when you're like 50 years old, when your T is declining. So that's the only time that you should really be on TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, hormone replacement therapy, whatever it may be. But until then, I feel like it's important for you to optimize your natty health. Now, what do I mean by that? Optimize your natty health? Well, a lot of people nowadays, especially in the fitness industry, on social media, they all glorify steroid and anabolic use, which I do not advise using until you really need to, under the supervision of your physician. Now, as a pharmacist, as a registered pharmacist, I do have the knowledge and education to provide advice. So with my degree in pharmacy, I am qualified to give advice on drug usage, the side effects, the benefits that you may have from using whatever drug it may be. Now, there's a lot of drugs out there for these bodybuilders, for these fitness influencers that they can use and try in order to enhance or supplement their performance in the gym. Now, since everybody is glorifying steroid use and the effects that it could provide for you, like cause bigger muscle growth, cause increased strength, cause increase in masculinity, and all that stuff. But you also gotta remember, like everybody's been saying, especially Greg Doucette, steroid use will decrease your natural production of testosterone. That means that naturally your testosterone production is scrapped away, gone. It's done. You could kiss that shit goodbye because you're using an external source of steroid. You know how much energy it takes for your body to produce testosterone? And this is the reason why when you get off testosterone, you lose all your gains, because testosterone use testosterone production is highly energetically demanding. Now, if you're getting it from an external source, that's going to tell your body that you don't need to produce testosterone anymore. You can reserve that energy for other stuff because you're getting it externally. Now, you're going to get very high levels of testosterone. You're going to see muscle growth through the roof, increased strength through the roof. With all that, you're also going to have increase in the thickness of your blood. That means that your blood's going to clot easily. And when your blood clots easily, you could risk a heart attack, which is how most of these bodybuilders die, from a heart attack. Now, if you're starting off at a young age, you do whatever you want, right? Whatever you want to risk to achieve that physique that you have in mind. But just also keep in mind that you're also risking your health. Just know that the longer you are on steroid, especially anabolic steroids, the increased risk, the increased chance of you suffering from a negative side effect such as a heart attack or gynecomastia or increased acne will skyrocket. It will go up just because your consistent use of steroids will increase everything in your body. Not only will you build bigger muscles, but you're also gonna develop higher clotting factors that will cause your blood to clot. It would also cause an increase in the feminine hormones. So estrogen is actually a byproduct of testosterone. Because women have testosterone too, just very little of it. Most of it's going to get converted into estrogen, and that's how you get feminine aspects. Now, when you have an increase in testosterone, that may mean you're going to have an increase of estrogen because estrogen is a byproduct of testosterone. Now, when you have an increase of estrogen, it's going to lead to gynecomastia, especially for men, which is one of the very, very negative side effects that people who use steroids do not want to have, and then they end up getting surgery to get it removed. So that's kind of a bummer. You develop these bigger muscles just so you can have boobs. And then of course acne. If you were a teenager and you didn't experience going through a phase of where you just had acne, good for you. But like myself, I went through a phase where I had acne, where I had what I considered pretty bad acne. Now, not everybody develops acne when they jump on steroids, but I just feel like there are those who are prone to developing acne, especially if you've had acne as a teenager before. That may mean that you're more prone to getting acne if you're using steroids. Now, acne, really bad. Nobody wants acne. Nobody wants a pizza face, right? So that's risk number 2. And then the third risk, very dangerous, life-threatening, heart attack. Heart attack usually stems from your blood getting thicker because testosterone stimulates the production of red blood cells, erythrocytes. Now, when you have an increased production of red blood cells, that means that your blood's going to get thicker. When your blood is thicker, it's going to be harder for it to travel through your arteries, through your vessels, to deliver oxygen, nutrients to your tissues. When that happens, when you get a restricted blood flow, it may and will cause a heart attack because every tissue in your body needs blood to deliver nutrients and oxygen too. Now, as all of you know, that's the number one factor killing these bodybuilders these days is heart attack. Usually it starts off with heart failure. Now, heart failure is a prequel to a heart attack. See, when you get increased red blood cells, when your blood becomes thicker, it's also going to raise your blood pressure. When your blood pressure is raised, your heart's going to be working harder in order to deliver nutrients and oxygens to your tissues. Since your blood is thick, and the thickness of your blood is actually restricting the flow of your blood to deliver nutrients and oxygen. When that happens, your heart doesn't know that your blood is thicker. Your heart only senses that your tissues are not getting enough nutrients and oxygen. When that happens, there's a feedback loop that sends a signal to your heart saying you need to pump more blood in order to deliver more nutrients and oxygen to these tissues. Now, when your heart is overworked, your heart muscle will also get thicker. Now, when your heart muscles get thicker, you're risking heart failure at that point. And when that happens, you may notice side effects such as swollen legs, swollen ankles. That swelling comes from all the fluid in your body pulling down to your legs because of gravity. And because the fluid is accumulating at the lower part of your body, that means that your heart is not pumping blood anywhere anymore. Like the blood is not coming back up to your heart like it's supposed to. So you're having this accumulation of fluid down in your lower extremities, which is a sign that steroids probably going to kill you soon. So steroid use is dangerous. Highly advise against it. Don't do it. You can take creatine, pre-workout, even Turk Builder Boost Max, whatever Greg Doucette is selling. I have yet to try that, but when I do, I'll let you guys know. So there's all kinds of other supplements that you can use to supplement your performance in the gym. Now notice I say supplement because it's just helping you perform better in the gym. It's not actually causing this drastic change, like this drastic transformation in strength, size, and whatnot, which, you know, a lot of people refer to it as enhanced. Enhanced. It's not really enhanced when you're on these supplements. It's just more of a supplementation to your performance, not an enhanced performance. With that being said, highly advise against using steroids. And if you're not going to listen to your pharmacist, go ask your doctor. If you're not going to listen to your doctor, then you do you. This is America. You have the freedom to choose whatever you want to do, even if it's illegal, because steroid use without the supervision of a certified physician is illegal, because testosterone, it is a Control 3 substances on the Controlled Substance Act. Just take it from me as a pharmacist. I am highly educated in how these substances will affect your body. So if you're not going to listen to Greg Doucette, listen to me. If you're not going to listen to me, go ask your doctor. So this is what this channel is mostly going to be about: fitness, health, and lifestyle. This is my first YouTube channel that I'm trying to, see where it goes. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.